So try and do a Welsh accent.
I can't. I end up sounding wrong.
Say keeping the faith.
No. In the valleys.
No, that's really bad. You can't do that.
From the valleys.
We're desperate to be able to do a good Welsh accent because we
How
bloody
green was my valley?
We
Is
love...
that a euphemism?
No, I don't know. We love the Welsh accent.
I love Dylan Thomas.
We love Dylan Thomas. I can't do it. And we love keeping
I love Anthony
faith.
Hopkins. I love
Keeping
Richard
faith.
Burton.
Keeping faith, not keeping the faith. No. Keeping faith. Episode...
But we are keeping the faith.
We are.
Whilst keeping faith.
Yeah. What episode is this?
I think we're at episode
5.
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. So you take it away.
Well, if I'm honest, I didn't really understand a whole heap of what was going on tonight.
Me too. We've
I
got
was
that
a little
with
bit
sharp
confused.
objects as well.
I was a little bit confused. And that I don't think that's any problem with the show. I think it's more about, it's becoming more and more sort of complicated, which is great. And then one's having to really kind of concentrate.
But it's difficult whilst also watching small objects, sharp objects.
Pardon?
Sharp objects.
We're not watching it at the same time.
No, but we've got 2 drama series that we're watching and there's so much we think we should know and we don't know it.
I'm beginning to feel like I need to be a detective. Anyway, I suppose I kind of think I know why this is becoming complicated because I care about so many of the characters. I'm trying to interrogate so many of their motivations. For example, the lovely chap who many of you have told us was in Broadchurch.
The paedophile.
Yeah, well, not in this.
No,
in Broadchurch, yeah, exactly. I'm trying to work out...
Don't try and have an argument when there just isn't one.
I wasn't.
You are.
I wasn't.
You're
What's happened to your
tenacious
hair? Why is it
today.
so blonde?
Oh, I don't know. The colours come out of it. It's a nightmare.
It's
Carry on.
bright.
So he's the paedophile in...
Anyway,
Broadchurch.
all I'm trying to say
Such
is
good
there are
acting.
so many characters and I'm trying to understand them all so completely that I feel like almost my receptacles are almost like so heightened that I'm kind of... And then, of course, whenever it comes back to Faith, my receptacles are so heightened that I mean, like that strawberry, I felt like I was that
You
strawberry.
were actually laughing in the strawberry scene.
No.
Do you remember that film years ago with Nastasia Kinski when she eats the strawberry?
No.
What was that film?
Tess.
No, it wasn't.
No, I
Tess when
don't
she
know.
ate the
No,
strawberries.
don't know
Anyway,
which film that was. No,
that's what
I
I've seen.
certainly know keeping faith with the lovely Eve Myles eating a strawberry on a beach.
He's got a crush on her in case you haven't noticed that.
Oh God, it's almost like I've got depressed about having a crush on her now. It's just depressing. Anyway, so I didn't. Why did she not know where her wedding rings were at the beginning?
I don't know. I thought that.
What was that about? I wondered whether they were planting the thought that she was an unreliable, not narrator, but are we beginning to see chinks in her own sort of behaviour? That's what I was
I hadn't
wondering.
thought of that.
Are we not
Or was
actually getting the full picture? For example, when we get that moment...
Can I just give an or with that first? Or was it that everyone was searching in the house and she'd taken her wedding rings off for something and she was frightened they would take them?
Well, here's my theory on D.I. Williams, who really quite invasively sat on the marital
Can't
bed.
stand
The
her.
way she sat on Faith's bed, I wanted to slap her.
Because she fancies Evan.
D.I. Williams. No, I tell you what the deal with D.I. Williams is. She is in the pay of the criminals. Telling you. She wasn't interested. She wasn't interested in the brother-in-law's evidence about
No, because
Evans.
she's lost her mind with jealousy
No,
and
she
rage
hasn't.
and
I'm telling you.
revenge.
What I
Yes.
felt the theory behind this episode for me was that the entire community is beholden to the Crims. Everyone is being run by the Crims.
Okay. We're all our minds are going to start racing and going to ridiculous places because we don't know what the hell is going on.
Anyway, we found out that Keris is, well, she's not a lesbian, but she's bisexual.
She's everything. She's a hedonist.
She's a
hedonist.
Yeah,
she wants everything.
She
wants
likes
girls, she wants men,
smashing
she wants
windows
women.
in as well.
Yeah. She's interesting. And again, it's another... We don't care too much about her.
I do.
But we want to know a lot about her.
What was the scene between her and Faith when Faith went, was she pleased or not pleased that Keris was hanging out with her still?
I think she was staying with her. She needs someone. So I think it was
What?
a case of, oh, for God, at least...
Oh, right. What did we think of the dentist who kind of, I felt was a
Oh
little
my
bit...
God. Now, I'm sorry, but that scene to me was a bit too ridiculous.
I thought it was like Marathon Man.
Eve is a very strident, boundaried woman who's not afraid to say what she wants. She would not have lain down and taken that injection and then been drilled. Sorry, no.
Not after eating a
Didn't believe
strawberry.
it.
Not after
Yeah.
eating a strawberry, would you, Faith?
Not for me, that scene,
No.
didn't believe it.
What about the friend of the father-in-law's who came round? That was an odd scene.
Yes, because when it first started, I didn't believe him. But she was so dismissive of him.
I know.
I thought this, later on, is going to come back to bite her because he was the one that held the keys and could have helped her. and she didn't want to listen. So that's what he ended up thinking. Because the way she just casually looked at the card and then didn't really worry about the card, it was like...
But she also took a phone call and didn't really want to talk to him.
Yeah, but it was setting it up for her thinking later, oh God, why didn't I just listen to him then when he came in? That's what I think.
Notebook found under the table.
With a single phone number at the back.
Which you rang. I'm the kind of person that when I see a phone number on a piece of paper, I ring it. Do you?
No.
No, you don't ring
I
anything.
screw it up in a ball and I throw it away.
I want to know who's at the end of that
I don't.
number. I want to know who's written it down.
I don't.
Because I suspect everyone of everything.
But wasn't it classic, that thing when the phone was immediately put down and she did that manic thing that women do, would ring it again with the madness of the actual thought that somebody's going to pick it up the second time you ring.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it.
Yeah. Anyway, there was the whole sub-storyline which kind of builds towards the end of this episode was the poor lovely chap with his allotment and all of his vegetables, who had a neighbourly dispute that that
we
Faith
don't know what the
was
hell's
doing.
going on with
well,
that.
I know that was. I think that was a flashback to a case that she had at the beginning. But once again, she went to the landowner saying, "No amount of money you're offering this chap who's growing veg to offer up his land is going to be enough. So just lay off, stop intimidating him." And shortly after that, a tractor goes down, and he looks pretty dead in his allotment.
So he's another one of the crims.
So I think the guy who owns the land is a crim. Like I think D.I. Williams is a crim.
He thinks they're all connected.
I think D.I. Williams... Now, there was a really powerful scene in the playground where Faith had a bag of stuff put at her feet, and the blonde woman...
4 kilos of cocaine.
4 kilos of cocaine!
While she held the baby.
We'd just seen Narcos earlier this evening. That made me think of all sorts of things. Yeah, her name's Gail. What's going on there then? So she owes 80k. She was offering her. She said, "Here's the 4 kilograms of cocaine. You owe us 80,000."
Yep.
What did you think of that?
Why was she giving her the 4 kilos of cocaine?
To get to sell. It was a little bit of an Ozark moment.
Of course it was.
I think it was an Ozark moment. She was saying, "You sell this, okay? I'll do you a favour. I'll look after the cocaine. You just raise the money."
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think she's going to get drawn into a Breaking Bad Ozark situation? Our Faith. Is she going to start dealing drugs?
I don't know how much more she can take.
I don't know how much more.
At the moment, she's got a bit too much pressure for me. I think we need to release it a bit. The storytellers need to release it a little bit so that we can all breathe. Because at the moment, none of us can breathe.
I'm getting a bit frantic. I'm just getting frantic trying to work it out. Lots of lovely flashbacks with Evan. We love you, Brad.
Yeah,
you're a great actor. We like you.
We want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
How could you run away and leave your wife with these maniacs?
She made the point.
Or have you been kidnapped so that they can extract more money from her?
He doesn't look like a bad man.
Oh no, he's not a bad man. He's a weak man.
But he's got a scar. Is the scar a symptom of something awful, or is he just a rugby player? I think he's a rugby player. Anyway, Steve, who's clearly got the hots for... What about that moment where Faith nearly kissed him?
Yeah, but that was that desperate. She didn't want to kiss him, and she was just so sad and lost and tired and delirious. That's why she said, "I've got to go and have a sleep."
I think she thought he was a strawberry.
Right, carry on.
I do.
Carry on.
But anyway, Steve crops up again at the end. Mm-hmm. He gets hit on the back of the head.
Very hard with a big stick by
really
some big
hurt,
crims.
Actually. Well, by the horrible female crim. Tattoo.
I didn't like the slap on the face. I don't think it worked.
If
I was the director, I would have said, no, when she went like that, it just didn't work.
She needed to do it harder.
I would have, no, she couldn't. It wasn't going to work on his face. She should have done something. I just know you hurt her. If I was the director, I think I would have said, try getting it and just pulling it really hard.
I've always thought there was something about you that was a bit unpalatable.
It just needed something more, director. It needed something, or maybe just get his nostrils and just, it wasn't vicious enough for her. She went, and it was really...
You've been watching too many Mexican cartel films.
It was a bit like that.
Let me show you what she did. She went like that.
No, I didn't.
No, do it to me. Do to me what you... Wow, that really hurt. Do to me what you think they should do.
No, because it's going to hurt, and then you're going to get really funny. It won't work if you're not looking into camera.
All right. Ah!
Yeah.
God, you're horrible.
Yeah. Carry on.
So yeah, anyway, so I think...
I know it was supposed to be sort of
sort of sinister.
Mildly threatening, sinister, because it was gentle, but it didn't... Maybe just a run of her finger down his face would have been more... Didn't work.
That was really sinister.
Director, it didn't work. Carry on.
That was really sinister. Is this sinister?
That's stupid.
Okay. Well, I mean, pretty much that's where we get to... Oh, lovely little renaissance of her best friend's character, who we've missed.
Yeah, we missed you,
We missed you. We like you. We like the way you come around with a bottle of wine all the time.
Because I've been thinking, where's her best friend? She needs to tell somebody what's going on. She's going to lose... Her brain is going to explode if she can't offload on someone.
If I was still drinking, I'd want to get right rat-arsed with all of you. You look like great fun.
But he doesn't drink,
But
so
I
I
don't
drink mine
So
and his.
I'd have to bring courgettes and juggle them.
Yes.
Anyway, I think the Crims are running the entire town. I think it's all totally sewn up, and that's why our dear Faith is feeling outside of the community. I think the Crims are even controlling his mum. I think it goes to the mum, it goes to the landowner, it goes to D.I. Williams. There is a whole network. That's what I think.